Hello! Want to start watching the Star Wars movies or revisit the saga? Of course, you must be wondering in what order to watch the films, which are divided into 3 trilogies, as well as other films and spin-offs. Today, I'm here to explain the chronology to you, so you can watch Star Wars according to the order in which the films were released, here at Team Geek. First, we can divide all the Star Wars films into 3 trilogies to better understand the order in which the films are shown. 1. Original Trilogy. The first trilogy in the franchise, which presents the main events of the Star Wars story. 2. Origin Trilogy. The second trilogy, which tells the story that takes place before the original trilogy, exploring the origins of the characters and events. 3. Sequel Trilogy. The third trilogy, which continues the story after the events of the original trilogy, introducing new characters. Original Trilogy. Let's start with the first trilogy of Star Wars films, which is the starting point for the entire universe of the franchise and tells the story of the protagonist Luke Skywalker. The films in the trilogy are as follows. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, 1977. This is the first film in the original trilogy to be watched. Released in 1977 with a running time of 121 minutes, it is the beginning of the entire Star Wars story. It introduces the Star Wars universe, with the famous fight between the Empire and the Rebel Alliance, and marks the beginning of Luke Skywalker's journey. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. Released in 1980, this is the second film in the original trilogy, and the direct sequel to the first story, with a running time of 124 minutes. Star Wars Return of the Jedi, 1983. Released in 1983, this is the third film in the original trilogy, continuing the fight against the Empire, with a running time of 131 minutes. Origin Trilogy. This trilogy takes place before the events of the first original trilogy, but the films were not released until after the end of the original trilogy. It functions as a trilogy of origins, explaining what happened before the story as we know it. This trilogy is optional in terms of viewing order and can be watched before or after the original trilogy. This is because, as mentioned, it serves as a trilogy of origins. The films in the trilogy are as follows. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 1999. This film, released in 1999, marks the beginning of the Origin Trilogy with a running time of 136 minutes. It takes us back to the past, revealing Anakin Skywalker's youth. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, 2002. Released in 2002, this is the second film in the Origin Trilogy, with a running time of 2 hours and 22 minutes. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, 2005. Released in 2005, this is the third film in the Origin Trilogy, with a running time of 2 hours and 20 minutes. This film closes the Origin Trilogy, concluding the story that precedes the original trilogy. Sequel Trilogy. This trilogy of films continues the story after the events of the original trilogy, bringing new heroes and villains into its narrative, and the protagonist of the story is Rey. The films in the trilogy are as follows. The protagonist of this story is Rey, a determined young woman who discovers she is connected to the Force in unexpected ways. Her journey is full of challenges, self-discoveries, and encounters with iconic characters such as Leia Organa, Luke Skywalker, and Kylo Ren. Together, these elements make this trilogy an essential part of the series for fans who want to delve even deeper into this galaxy, far, far away. Star Wars The Force Awakens, 2015. This is the 7th film in the franchise and the first in the sequel trilogy, released in 2015, with a running time of 138 minutes. The film marks the return of the saga, introducing a new trilogy with new characters and villains. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, 2017. Released in 2017 with 152 minutes, this film continues the new trilogy and delves deeper into the fight between the Resistance and the First Order. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, 2019. Released in 2019, this is the last film in the sequel trilogy, ending this phase of the saga and concluding the epic story that began in 1977 with A New Hope. Spin-off. Now, let's talk about the films that are considered spin-offs. These films are completely optional to watch, but they serve as a complement to enrich the story and expand the Star Wars universe. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, 2016. Released in 2016 with a running time of 133 minutes, this film is optional. It doesn't have much importance in the central story, but it offers a great addition to the Star Wars universe. A sinopse deste filme é a seguinte. Situado pouco antes dos eventos de Star Wars, Episódio 4, Uma Nova Esperança, Rogue One segue um grupo de rebeldes em uma missão ousada para roubar os planos da Estrela da Morte, a super-arma do Império capaz de destruir planetas inteiros. Solo: A Star Wars Story, 2018. This is another optional film released in 2018. With a duration of 135 minutes, it explores Han Solo's youth, but it is not very relevant to the main plot, and remains as an optional film in the story. And so we come to the end of our journey through the Star Wars films released so far. It was incredible to revisit this epic saga that has marked generations and continues to inspire fans around the world. I hope this video has helped you better understand the order and magic of this galaxy far, far away. If you liked the content, don't forget to leave your comment. It's very important. This helps a lot to bring more videos like this to the channel. Also, share your opinion in the comments. What is your favorite Star Wars film? See you in the next video. May the Force be with you.